Hey guys, so, am I recording? Yes, I'm recording, sorry. So, the next ghost story we are going to be talking about is the Ghost of U.S. 1 down, it runs through about half the state of Florida, and I'm specifically talking about between Miami down through Key West, which is about a 4-hour drive, give or take. And if you at least know anything about US 1 and this stretch between Miami all the way down to Key West, you'll know that it's a very dangerous road, and it's a 2-lane highway. One lane on each side, pretty much the entire way from Miami down to Key West for the most part. So, and there's miles and miles and miles of nothing, so if you do drive this road, make sure you fill up every time you come near a gas station. But yeah, anyway, I learned about this specific haunting through Haunted Key West by David Sloan. I bought this book when I was down in Key West for the first time, so I'm not taking credit for the writing in this, so I just wanted to give you a warning. But yeah, the Ghost of U.S. 1. While thousands of tourists effortlessly travel the length of highway US 1 from Miami to Key West, there are those who encounter trouble. Some are not so fortunate, but others receive a helping hand from the Ghost of US 1. She began to panic. Heavy gusts of rain assaulted the windshield with intensity. Even the fastest wipers could not battle. The blacktop road and pitch-dark sky blended seamlessly, and frequent bolts of lightning provided the only means of navigation. Oh my god, I think I'm gonna die. Tammy Sigmund came to Key West from Plano, Texas 8 months after her husband had passed away. It had been a difficult year with the children, and the southernmost city seemed like an ideal place to enjoy a week of sun and fun while leaving her troubles back home. The trip got off to a terrible start. The taxi that was to take her to the airport arrived late. She missed her first flight, and upon arriving at Miami International Airport, discovered her rental car was no longer available. At least they didn't lose my bags, she thought to herself. The rental car situation worked out when one became available in Fort Lauderdale, but it was almost midnight by the time Tammy hit the road. She was tired, cranky, and like so many other tourists, had no idea it would take 4 more hours to reach Key West. What else can go wrong, she wondered. Then it started to rain. US 1 is breathtaking the first few times you see it. Like anything else, the novelty wears off when you drive it on a regular basis. And after a few years of living in the Keys, you start to realize what a dangerous road it can be. A single lane in each direction. Visitors driving slow to enjoy the views. Locals getting agitated and trying to pass drunk drivers. Visitors driving slow, I can't talk apparently. A single lane in each direction. Visitors driving slow to enjoy the views, locals getting agitated and trying to pass, drunk drivers, deer on the roadway. Poor lighting and tropical weather can all spell disaster. For Tammy, it started with rain. It was a light sprinkle at first, but it picked up with intensity. She twisted the plastic knob in her rented Hyundai, adjusting the wiper speed from low to medium and eventually high. Then turned down the radio just before gripping both hands tightly around the wheel. Fiddling with the defroster only made things worse, and panic set in. Just great. She spoke aloud this time to no one in particular. Here I am, a single mom, stuck in a monsoon in the middle of nowhere. Water on both sides of the road, and a piece of junk rental car that won't even defrost right. Damn it! Her first thought was of pulling off to the side of the road. But in order to execute the maneuver, she needed to see the side of the road. The blinding rain made it impossible to tell where the cement became sand or where the sand became water. Stopping seemed like a bad idea as well. What if someone else can't see and plows in behind me? She turned off the radio and nearly broke the turn signal, trying to get more speed out from the wipers. The storm's force increased and found her nose just inches from the windshield in a futile effort to make out the lines of the road. "Somebody please help me," she begged, though no one else was in the car. At that moment, taillights appeared on the road in front of her. Tammy felt a hint of comfort knowing she was not the only one caught in the mess, and judging by the steadiness of the other vehicle, they were not having the same problems with their defrosters, windshield wipers, and navigation. The red lights emitted a soothing glow that cast down on the yellow dividing line. As she grew more comfortable with the situation, the lead car gradually increased its speed, and Tammy soon found that the storm was beginning to dissipate. The mini convoy went on for 20 minutes before the rain was just reduced to a sprinkle. Tammy wondered about the best way to thank her new friend, and hedged between stopping them for a few drinks or just passing by with a friendly honk and a hearty wave. A wave seemed like the most logical thing to do. They might not even realize that they saved my life. She switched the wipers back to low and glanced down at the radio and turning the volume on low. When she looked back to the road ahead of her, the car was gone. What the? How did they disappear so quickly? Where did they go? Where could they go? Tammy increased her speed in hopes of catching up to say thanks. But the road ahead was empty. No turnoffs, no restaurants, no shops, just a 2-lane highway with water on every side. Tammy's vacation took a turn for the better, and she soon made Key West a regular getaway, returning several times a year, but flying directly into Key West each time. One evening, she met a couple at Mallory Square, and the conversation turned to a terrible storm they encountered on the drive down. No visibility, unable to see the road, fearful of going into the ocean. A pair of red taillights and a mystery car that led them safely through the storm. As the couple explained their brush with death, a chill shot down Tammy's spine. The car was there 1 second and gone the next, Greg explained. It was the middle of the afternoon, and there was nowhere it could have gone. So I pulled into a little bait shop and asked the old man if there were any other roads. He was a bit reserved at first, but when we told him about what happened, he seemed to get a bit choked up, and then he smiled at us. Looks like he got a little bit of help from the Ghost of U.S. 1. Fatalities on the highway from Florida City to Key West increase every year. 25 people lost their lives in 1999, 27 in 2000, 29 in 2001, and 30 in 2002. Legend has it that at least one of the highway's victims is still doing their part to make sure everyone who visits the Keys has a safe vacation.